Hey guys, what's up? So I just want to do a video on something that I came with today. Okay. So I started this in the other video. It's funny. So today I thought of how the most influential men, one boy, in my life all gave me the best thing that I have in my life, okay? My father gave me life, all right? John, my son's father, I don't really consider him anything but a lesson, and that's all I got out of him was lessons and triggers in order to have to heal later, in order to have to learn how to love myself, in order to whatever. So he was a big part, but as a father, sperm donor, I'm the father, I'm the mother. I am a person that can understand a man's role as a father, but I am not an actual man, okay? But I can teach him a lot of things that he should be learning from a father, from a man. Okay, I understand men pretty well. I don't know why, I just do. And maybe it's subconsciously for my child. I don't know. But anyways, so, and then I have Danny, and I thank my dad and myself for Dawson, even though he's not mine and he's not anybody's, he's God's.
Incoming call.
Okay, so he's God's, not mine. So when it comes down to it, whatever. Danny, my ex, recently, he gave me Brutus. Yoda. Yoda is what his name was when I got him, but he doesn't look like a Yoda. No. I named Brutus. And when I tell people that, they're like, that's the perfect name for him. And I'm like, right? So, whatever. So, I can thank him, or that most influential part of my life came from him. Whether it was good intentions or not, it still happened. And then I can thank his family, because supposedly he got him from his cousin. I don't know if his cousin's name was Adam. I don't fucking know. I know nothing. So, are we gonna go down here? No. So, anyways, that's how that goes, alright? So, those are the most influential men, one boy, in my life, okay? That's ever been in my life. Now, as the most influential men, one boy, I'm just gonna say guys, okay? But it's like, because it's my father, it just feels weird. Did I not go down the street I was supposed to go down? No, I did. It's coming up. Because I don't remember that. So, but I remember this. And I remember that other street. So anyways, this sucks. Not this. It doesn't. It's not going to happen. It's good. I'm good. All right. Yeah, okay. So, has nothing to do with the video. Something is just happening right now. No, it's not. It's not. I have to not manifest it. Okay. So, anyways, most influential guys. Okay. So, obviously, you've gotten the most trauma out of all these men, out of all these guys, I have had the most trauma from them, okay? So, I was in therapy. Fuck, I didn't take the turn. Okay, I was in therapy, and I was in therapy, and I was saying how I don't care about Danny. Like, we broke up, I walked away completely. I'm gonna have to do a U-turn, like, in the middle of the road. I walked away, and it wasn't easy, and I'm just going to say that real quick to add. It was not easy, especially when you're in love with somebody unconditionally, whatever, not easy, but you have to put yourself first, and that's how you learn unconditional love for yourself, out of somebody that you unconditionally love and you have to walk away from. Anyways, so the thing I didn't, is that a cop? No. So anyways, when that happened, whatever. So, oh yeah. So, you can have resentment, bitterness towards people that, do that hurt you, that, whatever. Honestly, and I'm not gonna say that this is easy or this is whatever, but you choose how you want to feel. Doesn't matter what the fuck it is that happened. You choose how you want to feel. Mike S70. You choose how you want to feel. So if somebody does something and you react a certain way or you feel a certain type of way, that is the energy that you decide to react to that. So it's up to you if you want to be traumatized by something, let something bother you, whatever. People don't like to hear that, but it's true, So, anyways, acceptance. Radical acceptance is so important, okay? So important. These people, my mother too, but I was talking about men. That's his version. Oh my God. You have to accept them for who they are, especially if you want to keep having a relationship with them. Because I told my kid this. My kid used to go back and forth. He's done now. My kid used to go back and forth with liking his dad and then not liking his dad, wanting to be around his dad and not wanting to be around his dad. And so I finally said to him one day, I was like, dude, you gotta just either accept him for who he is, knowing his fucking what he does, like whatever that bothers him. You gotta accept it if you want a relationship with him. If you can't accept it, you can't accept who he is, unfortunately. Like, I'm not gonna say that's who he is, but his tendencies. And I was telling somebody this today, actually. Like, he's a shitbag, okay? But he's an addict. So it's like his personality is a certain type of way, but at the same time, it's like that's the addict him. So it's not really his personality if he wasn't an addict. Because I've been with him before he was an addict, but he was sober when I met him. And he blames me for getting him into drugs because I was into drugs. Again, he chose to do that. But we were fucking 19 years old. We didn't know this shit. But he did. He chose to do it. And he chose to continue. I did not. I cared about my kid more. And that's another fucking whatever. So you need to accept them in order to heal, in order to release. This is a way of healing. In order to release, in order to whatever, you have to accept what they've done, let it be, don't bring it up. It's in the past. You have to move on and not bring it in the past, because you're gonna live in the past for the rest of your life if you don't fucking just leave it alone, okay? So you have to radically accept this. Especially, again, you want them still in your life, or you have to, like if it's your dad or whatever. That is a specific way to be order, is that right? In order to be able to do that, okay? It releases a lot. It releases endorphins, actually. I can explain it, but I don't really feel like it. But releasing bitterness and resentment, which is the number one emotion that's like cancer. Like, you know how like cancer is like, I guess you could say like the worst thing that you can get out of, diseases. I don't really know what to categorize it as. but that's resentment is Cancer and emotions. So if you have Cancer, try to look at yourself and go inside and see if you resent people, how you feel, blah, blah, blah. Because the people that have Cancer and then are positive about it, it goes away. And there's a reason. Because if you can heal that energy of Cancer out of your body, if you can release the negative things in your body, because if we don't let go of certain traumas, it stores the energy in our body and it never gets released. And that's what Reiki is. And I do that. I have a table and everything. I'm nervous to do it though, just because if guys ask to do it, I don't know, I don't feel comfortable. But at the same time, if I didn't do it at my house, it would be different. I don't know, whatever. So, that's something I'm thinking about doing. But yeah, so if you don't release that trauma, if you don't release that emotion, if you don't release that energy, it's going to store in your body and it's going to cause diseases. I'm serious. Look it up. Look it up. I've had something happen. Yeah. That's where my throat thing came. Yup. I remember. And there's still things in my body that needs to be released in order for it to go away completely. Yo, I'm so sick. But you can lose feelings in your limbs. You can end up having your leg amputated because of the energy that's stuck in your leg. So when you go for a massage, you're just getting a massage. If you go for a Reiki session, it's healing. And you feel so fucking amazing after. And some of your trauma just kind of goes away. And you kind of never think about it again. And you don't even really realize it. But when I do it, I do massages and I do Reiki. I do both. But I do it in a different way. But anyways, the point of this video is you have to accept them for who they are if you want them in your life still. And if you want to release that energy, you want to release that person to be able to walk away, you got to accept them for who they are. You got to accept the breakup. You got to accept this is what it was. This was what made me do these videos in therapy. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. So I was in therapy and I was talking about Danny. Okay. No, actually I wasn't talking about Danny. Something came up. And Danny, if Danny has came up in my therapy, I don't talk about our relationship ever. I don't talk about the things that have hurt me ever that he's done. I don't tell anybody that because I don't want anybody knowing the things that he's done, because I just don't. I don't want people to judge him. I don't want people to know just in case whatever ever happened, and I just don't want people to know what he's done. Okay. So if I talk about him in therapy, it's because I'm using him as an example of something, whatever. And what was it? I don't remember why she asked the question, but she goes, do you even think about Danny anymore? And I go, no, I don't care. And she goes, you do care. What did she say? You do care. You do care. Something like you do care. And, whatever. So when you say you don't care about somebody, just admit you still do. Because as soon as she said that, but I already do this. As soon as she said that, I was like, yeah, I tell myself all the time, I admit to myself that I'm still in love with him. Whatever. I am. I still accept that there's actually a breakup that happened. It's not fake. It really happened. So it's like, oh my God, that releases so much. You know what I mean? And if you can just keep doing that. So when she asked me that, I was like, no, I don't think about him. I was like, but I can feel him pulling on my fucking energy all the time. And she goes, Bethany, she goes, I understand, he's probably pulling on your energy, blah, blah, blah. And she goes, but You might not, she's like, so when he pops up in your head, what do you do? I'm like, I decide whether or not I want to let that emotion and that memory stick in my head or release it. And if it's not a good memory, obviously you want to release it, you know. So I pretty much acknowledge it and release it. Or if it's a good thing, I can keep it there, you know, whatever. I'm not getting gas. The moment's done. I don't feel like it. But yeah, so I release it because I don't want to think about it because it's not fun, and it just puts me in a bad mood, and it puts me in a situation, predicament, whatever you want to call it, to have to alchemize my emotions, and it's just a pain. It's just a pain. So I don't think about him. But if I start thinking about him, I'll go off and do something else. Unless I have to process it, you know. But then I go off and do something else. But I can feel him pulling sometimes when I'm not. Like, I'll be in the middle of doing something and all of a sudden he pops up and I'm like, why? Like, where did you come from? Why am I thinking about you? You know? And it's usually positive. Like, if he pops up, it got to a point where I'm just like, not mad anymore. I don't know. Like, because I don't care. Because I just don't care. But, so when I say that, I don't care as in, like, I don't know how to explain it. But she's just like, you do care. And that was the acceptance of it. She's like, you do care. And I'm like, I do care. But, so when people say they don't care, you have to accept that you really do. You really do care. You know, you have to accept it to yourself. But you can also not care. But you still have to accept you still have to accept that you do care. Because it's not going to go away. It's not going to go away. The problem will not go away. The feeling will not go away. The emotion will not go away until you accept. Radically accept. You still love that person. You still want to be with that person. You don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, everything that you say you don't care about, you actually do. And you have to accept it. Until you get to a point where, like, I don't know how to explain it, but you really don't care. Okay, this is the point. If they do something that would normally piss you off or whatever, and you don't react at all, that's when you don't care. Yeah. When a girl or a guy start not reacting, or telling you stories, or telling you their feelings, or yelling at you for doing whatever, that's when you don't care. And some of the times, that's when you don't care in a way of not being in love with them anymore. But you can accept that you are still in love with them, but it doesn't affect your emotions. And that's that. So, and it's so easy. But people are in denial, and people have egos, and people don't want to admit that shit. So they don't. So it stays a problem. But, alright, I'm gonna go. I really hope this doesn't happen. Okay. Love you guys. Bye.